Hi, I'm Roamy. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Mamaruga Zebulo to carry an older child or toddler. So I have here the Mamaruga Zebulo and I'm going to clip this on around my waist. So clip the clip together and then wriggle these sideways to tighten it up. You want this basically as tight as a belt would be, so snug but not uncomfortably so. Now, the width of the Zebulo adjusts by sliding this panel in and out depending on how big your child is. So I'm going to set it on the widest setting for now, like this. And it's also got adjusters on the front, which are these clips along here. So what you want to do is you want to lengthen these so they're the full extent. We can always shorten them if we need to once our child's in it. So make sure these are nicely lengthened so we've got a nice long panel here. I'm going to put the hood back down. Okay, you're now going to pick up your child. So I'm going to do a front carry to begin with. So you're going to hold your child on your front. Ideally hold them with their bottom lower than their knees and with their head on your chest, and their arms can either come up like this or they can come out to the side. Hold them with one hand and slide the other under the fabric by their bottom and just bring it up over their bottom and back like this. So you're holding them with the material. Take one shoulder strap and put it over one shoulder and then hold them with the other hand and put the other strap over the other shoulder. Have a little feel and just check the fabric is going into each knee pit so the lower leg can swing freely. If you need to, you can adjust it wider or narrower depending on their size. And check this is coming up to at least their armpits. If you need to lengthen it, you can do by loosening those. If you need to tighten it up, you can tighten them. So you want it to be between the nape of their neck and their armpits, depending on if they want to have arms in or out. So once you're happy with the fit of the carrier, you're going to reach around behind and take hold of the strap on the opposite side, like this. You're going to pull the strap straight down to hold your child really secure against you, then bring it around, bring their arm out the way, and take hold of the other end of the clip. Then you're going to clip them together, and you tighten it up by pulling this front strap straight forwards, like this. Now, if you need to tighten it any more, you can also pull backwards, but you do the major tightening by pulling backwards and the smaller tightening by pulling forwards. Once you've got that side nice and secure, you can do exactly the same on the other side. So reach around behind and take hold of the strap on the opposite shoulder. I'm just going to move this onto my shoulder a bit more. And you're going to bring it straight down to hold your child secure. Then bring it round, bring the arm out of the way if it's lower. And you're going to clip this in. So again, you can do a big tightening by pulling backwards and smaller tightening by pulling forwards. Once it's adjusted for you, you'll only need to do little bits of tightening each time. So check your child has got clear airways and that they're held nice and secure. So the way to check they're secure is just imagine you're holding them in your arms. If you feel you need to lift them, then lift them to where you want to hold them secure and then just tighten it up if you need to. Their arms can either come out the side, like happening here, or if they want to have arms out, what you can do, if you just loosen this off very slightly on here, you can tighten up this piece here just to shorten the back panel on either side. And then you can bring their arms out over the top like this on both sides. And then once you've done that, again, take their weight and just tighten it up so they're held secure again. If they're having arms out, you want to make sure the fabric comes to at least their armpits. And if they've got arms in, you don't want it any higher than the nape of their neck. So adjust the panel size accordingly. Now to check the fit, you want to make sure it's going from one knee pit to the other. So you can bring this out wider or narrow it in depending on what you need. The lower legs should be able to swing freely. And if you look on the back, you can see the cross going over the back. And to ensure that cross is nice and low on your back and it's not digging into your neck, if you always pull those straps straight down before you bring them across, that'll bring the cross nice and low and means they won't go into your neck up here and will sit comfortably on your shoulders. So that's how to use the Zebulo for a front carry. If you want to use it on the hip, it's very similar. What I'm going to do is just loosen the front one off here and loosen the front one off here, just so when I put it on again, it's easier to tighten. I'm going to unclip one side and then the other, and then bring the straps over my shoulders so I can lift my child out. Now for a hip carry, all you're going to do is just shift the waistband around to halfway between your side and your front. So basically, so it's the centre of it is where the centre of your child's bottom will be when you're carrying them. So I'm going to hold my child on my side, with their bottom lower than their knees. Slide your hand under the fabric and bring it up over their bottom and back. So it's exactly the same as we did on the front. And you're just going to bring their arm over the top here. So the strap that is towards the back of you, so towards your armpit, you're going to pin underneath that armpit and then hold your child with that arm. So it's going through there. You're then going to reach around with the other hand and take hold of that strap and bring it straight around to the opposite side. So it's going straight round across my back over here. You're then going to clip it in and tighten this one up. So get that one nice and snug first before we do the other side. So with this strap, I'm just going to loosen it a little bit because it's got to go further. Going to bring this up and put it over my shoulder and then put it straight down to hold my child nice and snug. Now, because I'm holding them snug, I can take this arm away. I'm now going to bring that one round behind and swap them over. So keeping it nice and snug, bring this hand around and find the clip with the opposite hand here. And we're going to join them together by clicking around there. And pull them backwards or forwards until this one is nice and secure. So with this strap, if you can get it on the kind of point of your shoulder, so between horizontal and vertical, it will sit nicely and won't dig into your shoulder. Same checks as for a front carry. Check they've got clear airways, check the carrier is going between the nape of the neck and the armpits, and check they're held as tightly as if you were holding them in your arms. Have a check as well just to make sure the carrier is fitting from one knee to the other, and adjust it if you need to. That's how to carry them on the hip. Final position is carrying them on the back. So to carry your child on the back, again, we're just going to undo each of these clips like this. Bring the straps over and lift your child out. Now, for a back carry, you want the straps done up like a rucksack. So you're going to take one strap and just bring it straight round and over and do it up to the strap on the same side. And then you're going to want to tighten it up a little bit so it's not too long. Do exactly the same with the other side. Bring the strap straight up and over, clip it in here and tighten it up. Now what I tend to do is I tend to tighten the shortest one fully and then leave the other one looser, because when they're on your back, this is the one you can pull forwards. So on each side, the one that's the shorter strap, so this one here, I'm going to tighten fully and leave the other one looser. If you are very petite, you can also shorten it here. So by the hood, there's a little strap there which you can tighten up. So it would depend. If you've got quite small shoulders or you're quite petite, you may find that tightening these up will be helpful. So you can try it with both and see which you prefer. What that does is it shortens the length of the strap overall. Okay, so you've got this done up with the straps like this. Now there's a number of different ways of getting baby onto your back. I'm going to show you one of them, but there are other videos on my YouTube channel showing some different methods too. So the way I'm going to show you now is I'm going to slide this around onto my back, and I'm going to put this fairly high like this because I want my child to be able to see over my shoulders. So tighten it up here so it's hanging down centrally on my back. Now I'm going to pick up my child. Now when you do this to begin with, it's worth doing it either over a soft surface or with somebody just spotting you, just until you get confident with what you're doing. So what you're going to do is hold your child on your side as far around as you can comfortably, and then with the hand on the opposite side, hold them across their back. With this arm here, bring it up and over the front, so you're holding both of them on the front. You're then going to very gently ease your child around onto your back like this. Bring them right round. Check that they're sitting centrally to the carrier. Slide your hand under the fabric and bring it up over their bottom and back. So you're holding them with the material. You're then going to take one strap and bring it out behind you, so you know none tucks under their arms, and bring it up and over your shoulder. We're then going to do exactly the same with the other side. Take the strap, bring it out behind you and up and over your shoulder. Now have a little feel just to check that it's coming up nice and high over their back, or use a mirror if you can. Once you're happy it's over their back, tighten up the straps if you need to, and then you can stand upright. Now, same checks as on the front. Check that it's fitting from one knee to another. Check that it's going no lower than their armpits, no higher than the nape of their neck. And if you need to tighten it, just pull these forward a little bit. Now, there's also a little clip that comes with a Zebulo. Depending on your body shape, you may prefer to have them without it, or you may prefer to use it. If you're going to use it, slide it through underneath one strap and then underneath the other, like this. And then you're going to bring it round and clip it together. And you want to use this strap just to hold them in place where they feel comfortable. So you don't want to overly tightening them or overly loose. You just want it to be holding them in place so they can't come off your shoulders. So looking around at your child, obviously they can bring their arms out over the top if they want to, as long as it's up to their armpits. The key things are that they're held nice and secure and it's at least to their armpits. That's how to get your baby on your back with a Zebulo. To take them down, we're just going to reverse what we've done. So unclip here and bring that through, then put that somewhere safe. Then you're going to reach around and hold baby's bottom with one hand and bring one strap over your shoulder. Hold them on the inside of the carrier and then bring the other strap over your shoulder. Now you're going to just slide them around onto your hip like this, so you're holding them on the front and bring them around onto your front. And that is how to use the Mamaruga Zebulo with a toddler for a front carry, a hip carry and a back carry.